It doesn't come as a surprise that making a movie requires a lot of time and hard work. It is challenging not only for the directors, but also for all of the actors. In almost all movies, some hilarious or even ridiculous scenes can be seen. You may be surprised how many of them weren't put in the script in the first place. In today's video, you will see the top 10 funny movie moments that weren't planned. The Godfather. We'll start with The Godfather. Do you remember the pretty little cat lying on Don Corleone's knees? I think you do because this actually is a really well-known scene. Well, the cat wasn't even in the script. One day the actor, while walking on the set, came across the kitten and decided that it would be a great addition to the movie. The director accepted his idea without any discussion. Hey, if you'd like to see more funny moments from movies, subscribe to our channel and like it, just to make sure you will not miss any of our other videos and ideas. The Amazing Spider-Man. Just before Spider-Man's last battle, his girlfriend, Gwen Stacy, calls him by his real name by accident. When she realizes what she said, she's really shocked. She immediately covers her mouth with her hand. The funny thing is that it actually was the actress who made the mistake. Yes, that's right, this wasn't scripted. The team thought that it matches with Gwen's personality and decided not to record the scene again. You may also notice that in the film, Gwen and Spider-Man's relation looks really natural. Well, the chemistry between the two of them was totally real because they actually were in a relationship. Indiana Jones. This iconic scene was scripted with proper battle, with lots of fighting hand to hand, as you may expect from an Indiana Jones movie. Everything was prepared for recording the fight. However, the day before the filming, the actor, Harrison Ford, had some kind of food poisoning and wasn't feeling really well. Because of that, the planned battle was changed into something easier. Jones simply shoots the enemy, looking as if he was tired or even bored with that. Nowadays, it is one of the most famous and fun moments from the series. Titanic. Of course, this video wouldn't be completed without a scene from Titanic. By the way, do you want more fun facts about this film? You can comment down below what do you want to see more on this channel. Although the Titanic has more than one improvised scene, we're gonna talk about the most surprising one. When Rose and Cal, her fiance, start fighting, the actor got so emotional, he didn't control himself completely. He didn't follow the script at all, even flipped the table. I wonder, how did this stuff react though? The decoration must have been really expensive. The shock you can see on Rose's face is definitely real, because the actress wasn't expecting such a thing to happen. This scene also shows what a great actress she is, as she was able to improvise and make the scene seem natural, even when she had just a few seconds to process what had just happened. Thor 2. In the second installment of the Thor series, there are a few unplanned scenes. One of them is when Thor hangs his hammer on a shelf around his coats, as if it belonged there too. The director, Alan Saylor, found it really entertaining and decided not to cut it from the film, and it ended up being a really amusing scene. By the way, did you know that in the third part of the franchise, the actors improvised almost all of the dialogues? The Silence of the Lambs. In The Silence of the Lambs, the outstanding scene with hissing like a snake was also unscripted. Anthony Hopkins, who played the role, was a real master, don't you think? The movie wouldn't be the same without him, that's for sure. He added this hissing sound to scare the young girl so that she could get into the role better. There was also a pretty good close-up of his teeth and mad eyes, which is quite terrifying. The director left the recording as it was. The fear that can be seen in the actress' eyes is real, since she wasn't expecting Hopkins to make any change in the script. Pirates of the Caribbean. Another masterpiece and an amazing actor, Johnny Depp. There are a few improvised moments in the movie. Depp was feeling that comfortable in the role, he added some things by himself. Even his famous catchphrase was invented by him, not by the screenwriters. One time he was feeling really creative, therefore he wrote a whole song. Imagine the confusion on the actors' faces. The improvisation turned out to be a pretty hilarious moment. Guardians of the Galaxy. If you're a real fan of Marvel, you probably know that Chris Pratt is really funny. He loved his role as Peter Quill. In the first part of the Guardians of the Galaxy, he dropped the sphere with the Crisis Infinity Gem by accident. Since he has such a great sense of humor, you shouldn't be surprised that he managed to make it into a cool scene. He caught the gem just before it would have fallen on the ground, and he acted like if nothing ever happened. It worked perfectly. The director decided to put it in the movie because it turned out to be a fun addition to it. The Lord of the Rings. Some hurtful accidents happen quite often on the set. There are two examples of that in The Lord of the Rings. Viggo Mortensen, known as Aragorn, kicked the helmet too hard and broke his toe. The amazing thing is that even when he must have been in deep pain, he kept playing, acting like if it had all been planned. The emotions in his eyes and the scream were all real, which made the scene even better. The second accident was maybe not as traumatic as the first one, but still kind of hurtful. It happened to Ian McKellen, that played the role of Gandalf. While filming the scene in Bilbo's house, he hit the ceiling with his head. Once again, the director decided to keep it in the movie, because McKellen kept going on and made the scene seem normal, even though the hit in the head wasn't in the script. But there were even more unplanned situations in The Lord of the Rings. As you probably know, the movie was filmed in New Zealand. Filming outside can be quite tricky when it comes to the weather. You never know what you're gonna get. An example of that is when one of the green flags is blown away by the wind. The director thought it can stay as it is, and actors just continued the scene. Fun fact, not only the flag was blown away, but also the director's glasses. I hope they weren't damaged after that. The famous trilogy has so many interesting facts that we can't put them all in one video. You can leave a comment if you are interested in seeing more. Dark Knight. Heath Ledger played his role as Joker extremely great. He managed to add some more craziness to the character, making him even more interesting and full of black humor. In the scene with the hospital exploding, he was asked just to leave the building and go in the direction of the bus. Instead, he stopped and pressed the button on the remote a few times. And here we have the last funny moment. At the police station, Joker claps his hands with his well-known crazy look in the eyes, joining the other man. He wasn't supposed to do that, but added the detail because it would perfectly fit in the scene.